What are the best strikers for every single budget? Today, we'll be answering that question, and it's going to be controversial, hot takes only, stir up the comment section. And the criteria is simple. You've got cheap, under 250,000 coins. Value budget at this point, I would say, is 400 to 750, somewhere in that range. And then expensive, 1.5 and some extra helpings. And as an early disclaimer, I don't think it's worth us discussing SBC players that have already been expired. I'd like you to be able to complete these individuals. And I'm not going to focus on the guys that cost you 8, 9, 10 million coins plus. You don't need me to put into a video that a team of the season Mbappe is going to be broken, or that cover star Haaland is a game changer. R9 will get you more results. Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo, the Blues Clues edition, is a damn good card. We know that. And more importantly, for 99% of you, these players aren't attainable. I'm looking out for the macro. It doesn't mean there will not be expensive options, but a little more reasonable. It wouldn't be a list if Mia Hamm wasn't included somewhere. The 95, just under 4 million coins as it stands, and she is phenomenal. 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot. Mia Hamm always shows up and shows out. Outside the box, you need some deceptive nature. You need some cancellations. You got the power shot in your locker. Both feet scoring goals for fun. I love this item. I cannot recommend it enough. Even if you can't afford the 95, go after the 93. Thierry Henry, foot birthday. The best with the step over burst. Every time I use him or go up against him, it's authentic. The talent is the real deal. This is the only time that I can think throughout the history of FIFA and the competitive scene where Henry has that quickness, that rapid, that burst, that explosiveness that he had in real life. It never translated. It didn't replicate to the virtual pitch. That wasn't my doing. It's just how I felt. And I know this item's going to cost you a lot. And you can pick the 5-star skills or the 5-star weak foot. That choice is all yours. But I can guarantee you will cause fear if you have Henry in your lineup. It's a healthy matchup advantage. And he's got enough size to also play the knockdown game if necessary, to whip into crosses, to give you certain levels of versatility. Last but not least, a face that we know well. Maybe it's the hair with a lot of the flow. Ginola, 92, 1.5 million coins at the moment. Easily the most affordable of this group. He's a sure thing. You know exactly what you're investing. You know the ROI. Not only is he brilliant up top, but he can play as a floating attacking mid. He can play out wide. That little extra piece of versatility and consistency and just sheer sweat. If you see Ginola, the rat-tastic movement, it's on. He has the Trivela, he has the technical plus, some of the best dribbling you can get on the marketplace, and his price has been coming down, especially with some of the new team of the season players. But I'm telling you right here, hand to the sky, most of them are not competing with Ginola. They're not better than what this individual can give you on the virtual pitch. That's the reality. It's also my opinion. In the value sector, and I went mostly around 350 to 750. It's a big range, but that's kind of where we're at with value. At this point of the title, you've spent some money, potentially. You've made some coins, potentially. You almost most definitely completed a bunch of SBCs, but you should have had something to work with. And Sonaldo, he's down to 750,000 coins. So at the top end of this budget, but you're getting yourself an elite striker. He can give you the ins and outs. He can finish with both feet. He's got a killer finesse shot, strikes fear in the opposition. You have to put respect on what he's accomplished, what he's generated, and what that future looks like. We're heading to Saudi. Al Wyron. I didn't have a nice free flow with that statement, but for under 400,000 coins, you're getting one of the fastest players in the game, at least if we're talking on the back end of through balls or if you're just bursting into space. Maybe some of the left stick dribbling, there might be more room for debate. But if we're just looking at skill move and pusher, that extra diesel, rapid and finesse and sheer burner. And relatively speaking, he's not expensive. This man was extinct for a minute. Openda, RB Leipzig. Actually, I've got the hat on today. I might have a bias. That's okay. It's my list. Under 500,000 coins. This is that true testament to 99 pace. Quick step, Trivela, press proven, turn and burn, whether it's a through ball or a quick 1-2, a little tiki-taka, something over the top, an R1 dribble. I should also mention there are so many players that could be included. I kept this at 3 apiece on purpose so we could stir up some conversation. Cheap options, brand spanking new. This SBC you can currently complete. Go knock out Sorloff. He already had that track record, a proof of concept. Now you're getting Holland for next to nothing with a triple play style. Aerial, relentless Trivella. That's a crazy combination for a 6'5" monster up front. Knockdowns, turns, you name it, he has it. In fact, one moment. I love a good metric. 19 games played all over the weekend. 26 goals and 6 assists. And I don't play the major knockdown game. I'm not scoring a bunch of set pieces. Just to give you full levels of transparency, this Sorloff, Alexander the Great, he has the qualifications. Kareem, the Dream, Benzema, and I made a video recently with Ivan Lapagna, and he brought up Benzema, and it had been a second, so I reused him. I wanted to see if he was still with the times. Was he up to date? You can pick the foot birthday of your choosing, weak foot or skill moves, but he gives you that balance. There's a certain size, but you can still provide, you can turn, you have levels of responsiveness. He has that key first touch when needed. He can win a knockdown, finesse shot, and aerial for the playstyle plus. These are good combinations with a player that's somewhat overlooked. We're talking 160, 170,000 coins as we're recording. You've got that in your bankroll. And last but not least, it wouldn't feel right if I didn't include Berbatov.
Real Rooney, it's Berbatov! It's brilliant!
93 overall, 60,000 coins put on for the culture. A man with an iconic weekend league performance at mediocre Cloud FC. Now with the pace that is deemed necessary, still has that takedown. And you might have seen this as a similar theme. The majority of my players that I've selected, I wanted players that not only could play as a singular striker, but have enough presence, enough size where you can whip in crosses. You have that option. It gives you a little more versatility. It doesn't mean they lack in dribbling, but they give you both the aerial pursuit to go with the footwork to match. Quite the fit check. Berbatov has finesse shot and Trivella for his playstyle pluses. What a nice little extra helping. Toss an engine on him. Make sure the turning feels light work. He's just been a pleasure for yours truly. And it wouldn't be right if I didn't slide him into this category, especially when he cost you next to nothing. That said, those are my choices. Plenty of room for some back and forth. If you're brand new, it's free to subscribe. I look forward to going through the comments. Maybe pick one from each section that you would have added into the equation. A little mixology, if you will. And as always, I have a lot more coming out ASAP.